Welcome back to Creating Inner Beauty. If you've come across this video, it's very likely that you found yourself in a time in your life where it feels like things are falling apart. Maybe you've had an unexpected relationship ending, a job loss, a loss of a home, illness, or you've just felt really stuck and like nothing is going your way and you can't seem to make progress forward. If you're in that place right now, I'm sending you so much love and support because I know how challenging these times in your life can be. And in today's video, what I wanted to address was how you can help keep yourself grounded, come back to a sense of calm and centeredness, and navigate forward from here. If you don't know me, my name is Liz, and I'm an intuitive coach and healer for conscious women. And in my work, I love helping women heal their blocks, step into their power and unique intuitive gifts, and manifest soul-aligned lives that they love. And I have to say that many times, these are the times in life where my clients reach out and connect to me after something unexpected has happened that have really thrown them for a loop, have them questioning everything, maybe in a place of confusion, not being really certain why this is all happening and how to navigate forward from here. And to be honest, I've been in those, times in my life as well, where just something really unexpected has happened and I've needed to kind of pause and reground myself and figure out, what am I going to do from here? And so it's my hope that this video is going to start to provide you a framework for how to navigate these times, how to get grounded again, how to come back to your center and to start making steps forward so you can put your life back together in a way that feels even more aligned and better for you. So let's dive in. So first of all, one of the things that I think is important to start with if you're in one of these times when something really unexpected has happened and you're kind of overwhelmed and thrown for a loop about what's happening in your life is to really pause and take some time to understand what it is exactly you're feeling and allow yourself to sit with those feelings, process them, give yourself grace and compassion, and really deal with them. Now, this might seem a little obvious, like, of course, I'm going to have feelings. But oftentimes, what I notice happening is that people, when something really unexpected is occurring, is that they just feel flooded and overwhelmed with a sense of anxiety or agitation, or they kind of numb out and disconnect from their feelings. But this really kind of keeps you in a freeze state and in a lack of clarity about where to go. And so it's important to kind of pause and stop and really think about, okay, what exactly is it I'm feeling and why? Like, what is bringing up these feelings for me? What am I afraid of? What are the factors that are going on here that's bringing up this range of emotion? So for example, I'll give you an example from a time in my life. I remember going through a really big, unexpected relationship breakup and being just flooded with anxiety. And I wasn't quite sure what exactly I was feeling at first. I just felt like so much panic and anxiety. And so stopping and getting out my journal and reaching out to friends and talking about and writing about everything that I was feeling really helped me pull apart, that there was hurt there, that there was sadness and grief, that there was anger, that there was a sense of deep loss about how I thought my future was going to go with this person and what it would look like. And so there were really all of these different layers of emotions, and I needed to have a place and a way to pull all of those apart to really then get clarity about how to deal with them and what I wanted to do moving forward from where I was at. Also, it's really important to have a place and a time where you let yourself feel your feelings. And so if you need to stop and cry and let yourself be in that place, please do that. That's a way that emotion moves through you. And if we don't allow that to happen, it just gets stuck in our bodies and in our energetic systems. And so then it kind of creates this paralysis, and repressing emotion will eventually come out somewhere. And so it's much better to just take a little bit of time to deal with it and let the emotion work through you. And it actually, emotion, if you allow it to just be there and flow, it kind of peaks. Like, you'll experience this feeling of like feeling it really intensely, and then it will start to slowly fade away, and you'll be able to gain more clarity and objectivity. So anything that you can do to let yourself really feel your feelings, acknowledge them, and then start to process through them is going to be a really important part of this journey. And I really, really recommend breaking out a journal and doing that in a written form. You'll get so much clarity that way and so much emotional release and relief. Or reaching out to somebody that you trust, or finding a professional that you trust to talk with and really talking through everything you're feeling. It is such a powerful first step to really finding your center again. Okay. And so that is step number one. Then after that, if you guys notice me looking down, it's because I have some notes. I don't want to forget anything. Step number two is really focusing in on grounding yourself. And what do I mean by that? What is grounding? Grounding is a practice of intentionally bringing your awareness back to the present moment, not being in fear for the future or obsessing about the past, but being here now with where you're at and helping yourself just feel safe and connected to the present moment. It's connecting to your body, connecting to your breath, connecting to your immediate environment, and also the earth. The earth is very grounding, and the more you feel connected to the earth, the more stable and balanced you'll be. So this is partially a psychological process, an emotional process, and an energetic one. And grounding can take a number of different forms. It can look like taking really slow, deep, intentional breaths as you connect to your heart space. It can take the form of going outside and putting your feet in the ground and really connecting to the energy of the earth and imagining, visualizing that you have roots growing down into the center of the earth. It can be about using mindfulness techniques to be really aware of where your body is. It can be about doing breath work, deep, slow breathing to give your body the signal, your nervous system, the signal that you are calm and safe in this moment. And then there are things that you can use, like crystals that you can hold and meditate with, frequencies that are grounding. So there are many tools and techniques to help you with this experience. But the important thing to remember about it is that you're signaling to your body and to your nervous system and energetic system that even though things in your life are chaotic or feeling out of control and you're not quite sure what to do and you're having a lot of emotions come up, that in this present moment, you are safe. You have the ability to connect to yourself and to pause and to just be here now. And there's no rush to figure out the way forward yet. Just get grounded in this moment right here. Okay. And that's going to help you really build a sense of inner safety, which then will ripple out to the rest of your life and start to create more safety in the experiences that are happening around you and in your life. Okay. And so after you take some time to really focus on physically grounding and grounding by connecting to Mother Earth, I really want you to start to think about, how can I create some rituals and routines in my day-to-day life that will help anchor me? So this is kind of a more extended grounding practice. I know that during the times in my life that have been the hardest, where it felt like things had just completely exploded, one of the things that was the most helpful for me was creating a morning routine, a morning ritual that I did daily without fail, to help myself feel centered again and start to feel better. So during those times in my life, I really commit to getting up, doing a grounding and centering visualization, doing a guided visual meditation or open meditation, doing some EFT tapping, some journaling. I put together this whole little morning ritual I would do every day that would just serve as my anchor point in the day and help me shift my vibration and shift my thoughts to, okay, even though things are falling apart and I'm feeling really challenged right now, I'm going to start to set some intentions and move my energy and my focus to how I can begin to feel better. So I really encourage you to start to think about how you can create those kind of rituals for yourself on a day-to-day basis. And if morning doesn't work for you, do it at noon, do it at lunchtime. If that doesn't work for you, do it in the evening before you go to bed. Whatever it is, just something that can act as an anchor every day. That's about connecting you to a feeling of stability, groundedness, centeredness, calmness, and will help you start moving your energy forward from this experience. And now, if you're looking for a little bit of guidance in this process, I do have a free mini course available on my website, and I'll link it down below in the description box, of 7 days worth of morning rituals you can use to ground and center yourself, heal yourself, and set intentions for the rest of your day. And so check that out if you're feeling like you need a little bit of support in this process right now. Now, I would also definitely recommend incorporating some gentle movement in your days. And this is going to really help with consistent grounding and connection to your body. So this might be a beautiful time to start a yoga practice, to just commit to doing some stretching every day, to take walks outside in nature, especially in nature, because nature itself is grounding. And doing these kinds of things and having them as anchor points in your day is going to also add to your energy being more clear, more grounded, and you redeveloping a sense of centeredness and reconnection with yourself. And then really focus on just taking baby steps right now. You know, you don't have to put your life back together all at once. Pick one thing a day that will help you feel like you're making movement toward having things come back together for yourself. And this could look different depending on what's going on in your life, right? If you've experienced a relationship ending, you may want to think about, what's one thing a day I can do to help myself feel a little better and deal with my grief, and help me start to develop a relationship with myself again, because that's often going to be what needs to happen after a relationship ending, right? Or if it's a job loss, it may be, what's one thing I can do to start to prepare myself to look for other opportunities, look for other experiences. And you don't have to do it all at once, but break what you need to do down and take it step by step. Okay. And the other thing that I think is really important to take a look at is the fact that sometimes these unexpected life falling apart things happen because it's a signal from the universe that something in your life needs to shift, that something within you needs to awaken, and that the universe or God, Goddess, or however you think about that, the divine, is clearing things out of your life to open up the pathway to something new and better. Now, I talk about this quite a bit in one of my other videos that's entitled Why Your Life Falling Apart is a Good Thing. And so I dive a little deeper into this concept there. I'll link it down below if you're interested in exploring this. But just to know that one of the ways that the universe works to bring us to the things that are most soul aligned for us is clearing out the things that are not. And that can be a very challenging process, a process that's unexpected and feels hard, but is ultimately for our highest good. And when you look back at this time that you went through this process, you will look back and say, that was shitty, that was hard, not fun, but I am so much better now, or I'm in such a better place now, and things happened that I didn't even expect. So something that can be really helpful to start to get clarity at this time and start to move your energy forward from this experience is to begin to take on this perspective that whatever has occurred is ultimately for your highest good and is here to teach you something, to help you heal and grow in some way, and to take you to a better life experience. So something to do at this point is to break out your journal or talk with a friend or however you would like to self-reflect and begin to think about, what am I learning about myself right now? And what are the positive things that could happen as a result of whatever is happening in my life right now? And I know when you're in the midst of it, especially when it's first happened, it's really hard to think about it this way. And it can feel like nothing good can possibly happen from here. But it has been my experience and the experience for in my own life and experience of working with clients over many years that ultimately, after the initial processing and painful emotions have passed, we can start to see these glimmers of how whatever has happened is leading us to a brighter future. So whenever you can, whenever you feel ready to do this process, start to reflect on those things. Think about, is this breakup helping me reconnect to myself? Maybe you lost yourself in the relationship that just ended and you need to re-find yourself, and this experience is helping you do that. Is it helping you grow inner resiliency? Is it showing you attachment issues that you need to heal? And as you heal them, you will set yourself up for better relationships for the future. If you've lost a job, was that job stifling you? Were you stuck someplace that really wasn't allowing you to show up in your biggest, brightest potential? And is this job loss maybe clearing the way for you to really find something that aligns with you better, or it's pushing you into that dream of being an entrepreneur, or is taking you to go back to school and really reconnect with what you truly love because you didn't study that initially. Whatever it is for you, these things happen because this is a time period in life that's asking you to step more fully into yourself and into your power. If it's an illness, sometimes this is the universe is asking you to look at, how have you been taking care of yourself? Do you run yourself ragged and always put yourself last? And this is your time period to pause on that dynamic, pause on that tendency, and really look inward and begin to care for your physical and emotional well-being. Is it showing you what's really important in your life? Like, there are many pieces of gold that can come from these dark and challenging times if you look for them. And then I want you to start, like as I was saying, to start to think about, what are the good things that can happen as a result of this? Sometimes we experience a job loss, and then there is some opportunity we never expected that comes in for us that we wouldn't have been able to say yes to if we had been in that old job, whether it's a new job opportunity, an opportunity to travel, perhaps a person coming in that you're meant to have a relationship with. And if you had been in that old job, you would have been too busy to actually meet them and spend time with them and develop that relationship. So there are lots of potential possibilities that we, from our standpoint of where we're at right now, in the midst of the experience, we don't know, but are possible. So I want you to start to really cultivate your imagination and your belief in the miraculous things that the universe can bring us, and start to brainstorm about what those things can be. And you might find that this is comforting just to know that there are lots of possibilities of good things from here still. And then B, that you begin to get clarity around where you want to go from here by what you start fantasizing might happen from this, right? So if you've lost your job and what you start thinking about is, well, maybe this will bring me this like wonderful opportunity to travel, then you know that right now in your life, there's some part of you that's really seeking adventure and travel. And maybe the next job to look for, you want to incorporate that as being part of the job. You should look for a job that incorporates that, right? So it starts to give you clarity and understanding of where you're at, what's really important to you, and begins to start to open up the pathways energetically to moving forward from here. Okay. So I think that's what I have for you guys today. I hope this was helpful to think about that. As I said, I know this can be a very challenging time, but focusing on understanding and feeling your emotions and then making steps to deal with them, focusing on grounding yourself in the moment and then in an ongoing way, and then taking on this perspective of what is possible for me from here are going to be a roadmap that leads you out of this time of chaos into more clarity and safety in your life. And so if this video served you, I would love if you would hit that like button. If you'd like more videos like this about healing, about how to navigate life's challenges, about energy and spirituality, and how to develop your own intuition and gifts and manifest a more soul-aligned life, I'd love if you subscribed and joined me on this challenge so you can be notified of when my videos are coming out. And I'd love to hear from you as to what are the things that you do to help yourself feel grounded and stay centered while you're experiencing these challenges and moments of life. Please share that with me in the comments. I would love to hear all about that, and for us to brainstorm together as to what we can do to navigate these challenging periods. I'm sending you so much love and energy for staying calm and grounded in these periods.